last week we said that the doctors were going to ring with the scan results.
3-year scans.
It's a weird combination of feelings.
I'm sort of struggling to see the vision.
I got you.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're Malin and Tom, a family doing our best to live life to the max, 3 years in recovery from cancer. This week the cabin is full of dogs, a lot of laughter, renovation chaos, and of course some massive news with Malin's recovery from stage 3 colon cancer. Tag along! All right, morning you lot. Welcome back, welcome back. I tell you what a day. Beautiful today. Hope it stays like this all weekend. All right, I think I'm gonna sit in front of our nice, freshly painted workshop. Look at that, beautiful. I tell you what, this is gearing up to be a weekend to remember, I reckon, because we've just had some exciting confirmation that our good friends are on the way down from up in the middle of Sweden. And yeah, it's going to be so good to see them. It's been ages. I think the last time we were all hanging out together, all of us, it was the wedding, which is coming up to about a year ago, which is just mental, just too long to wait in between seeing like some of your best mates. But yes, finally, it's happening this weekend. They're all coming. So we've got Albert and Felicia, and the dogs, and Linnea and Isaac coming as well. So it's gonna be a good weekend. I've got a feeling hanging out, building probably. Both of the lads in that group have got varying levels of ADHD, and and normally it ends up being putting the ADHD to work. It's normally what everybody's fancying, cracking on with stuff, and obviously we've got a million projects going on around the house. And just a little guess, I would imagine that a few of them are going to have a paintbrush in the hand at some point as well. Because the house is now scraped and cleaned and everything like that. So that means that we need to crack on and paint definitely before we leave to go travelling in the summer. So same thing, extra hands, quick work. So I imagine that is the plan for this weekend, alongside just hanging out and having a bloody good time with some really good mates. And I tell you what, it feels like it's bloody needed. Yeah, just for both of us and for the kids as well. I think it'll be a really good thing. Just hang out and have a good time. So potential projects on the list for this weekend: fixing the area for the chickens and the rabbits. That looks like a state. Sorting out the little outside area in the forest that we cleaned up last year. We're gonna have a fire pit, a little cozy outdoor area, potentially even a little sauna at some point. That's probably not this weekend's job. However, that is on the list of projects to be cracking on with. Of course, like I said, painting the house, that is an important one. Sorting out the front of the house, that is a big one. Boarding up these ugly panels that at one point were a window. Sorting out the black boards down the bottom. And yeah, making it nice and fancy on the front side. That's also an important one. Also one that requires at least somebody being up on a very high ladder. So being several people, good idea. Or a project that we've completely not even thought of yet. Because that is also a thing with these guys, especially Albert. He'll come here, be like, right, let's crack on with something. I want to do something. Let's do this. And yeah, often just go along with it. So we'll see what happens. But first of all, we got to wait for them to arrive. And what a better place to do it. Nice view, little cup of coffee. Just enjoy the morning for a bit. So the whole gang arrived later that evening, and after a late night discussing potential projects, we were up bright and early to get started with fixing up the front side of this wonky little cabin. Hey! After a quick play on the slide, of course. The very slide that, if you remember, Albert and Felicia showed up with on the back of a trailer and helped us install last year. Anyway, what was I saying about messing around on the slides? So a quick little inspection on the renovation project at hand, with an audience of course. And then it was time to crack on with removing panels. Also, think we might have found our insect/rodent problem. We also found some other little buddies that had taken up residence under the house. After we'd relocated our new friends into the forest, we got to work removing all the debris that had gathered under the cabin. Now we were moving. Much easier with that sort of thing if you're several people, and especially if you're those two who've got quite a lot of good experience with like building, construction, DIY, that sort of thing. Really are two cracking lads to have around with this sort of project. Albert, as always, takes his place as project manager, project leader. And yeah, he's like there pretty much just cracking jokes all the time, but also has some really useful input with how to do stuff. So one not great thing that we discovered when we took away the blackboards at the bottom was one of the concrete plinths that the house actually sits on. It's like a quarter of the weight of the house almost, was broken. So completely cracked and crumbling and stuff like that. So one of these slightly unexpected little bits of work that we had to do was buy one of these cardboard tubes and a sack of concrete and fix that as well. Also one of those things that probably would have took me a couple of hours to sort of figure out how to do it, but those guys put it together in about 10 minutes. They were just like, yeah, we just buy one of these, we buy this concrete, mix it, done.
Honestly, it was so good to see this, guys. We've not spent time, all of us together, since the wedding, our wedding, which was almost a full year ago now, which is mental. But as soon as they got here, it just felt exactly like normal, and honestly, it feels like a second family. We used to spend so much time together when we were in Tenerife, like every single morning. When you opened the van door, they were there, and every evening we rang and were like, where are you parked? We coming to you, or the other way around. And they were honestly our family away from home, and you still get that feeling when you see them now, which is amazing to have friends like that. And it's also lovely to see that the kids feel like that. They just love having them around, and everybody's having a great time together. So me and the girls cracked on with the wall behind me, and we started painting it, and honestly the difference that it makes to be 3 people compared to just 1 person painting is amazing. It was great to just paint the wall together, chat about life and have a good time together. So by the time this wall was finished, we decided that we needed to head into town and do some shopping for the food for the evening. And by the time we headed into town, we realized that we need to do some heavy work. We need to do the biggest job of the weekend. So we went and had ice cream.
Yep, so the girls and the kids left us to do the heavy lifting, and the first stop was our favourite place, the Tip. Sidebar, remember these guys from the wedding? The cardboard cutouts of us showing the way to the venue? Well, we decided that it was finally time that they moved out from their previous home stashed behind the house. And yeah, the lads thought it'd be funny if they stood guiding the way to the container. But we've since had several messages and photos saying that the staff actually saved us, and they've placed us around the dump in our fancy wedding clothes, showing the way around. That is hilarious, and yeah, it's fun that we get to live on.
So while the boys were doing the easy jobs, we pulled the heavy weight on taking the kids for ice cream. It was honestly lovely to see the guys, and it's also really nice that we got friends who want to come here and crack on and help us with all the projects that we got going. And it feels like we managed to check off so much off the list, and so much of my stress levels went down, and at the same time we had the best time with our friends. So I mean, definitely a win-win.
So when we got home, it turned into a bit of a race against the weather to get these panels up. The last thing that we wanted was more water damage or rain showing its face indoors again. But a big team effort got the job done. And the next day, it was time for most of that team to disappear back up north again, leaving us with one freshly painted wall, and one wall looking much fresher than it did yesterday. Cheers, gang. I'm layered up today. It's bloody freezing. Stepped out in just my hoodie and I was like, I'm gonna need another one. It's bloody May, middle of May. I think we've had the summer weather already. I think it's done now. Yeah, it's such a good weekend with having everybody here. Unbelievable weekend actually. It was just so much fun to see everybody again. And loads of fun to just crack on with stuff as well. Those guys, I tell you, it's just fun to get stuff done. Do you know what I mean? So we've cracked on with the house. That's boarded up now. Now it sticks out a little bit, obviously, because it's freshly painted there and not painted anywhere else. But once everything's painted all the same new colour, it's going to be tip-top, spot on. I've been cracking on with these boards at the bottom. At the moment, I'm sort of struggling to see the vision, struggling to see the end product, but I'm trusting the process because I have got a good idea or a few good ideas. Right now, it looks almost shabbier than it did before. Obviously, I've still got to put one more up. I'm going to do that now. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. We're gonna cover it with obviously the black boards at the bottom, and then we're gonna detail it with some like sort of crisscross, not really trellis, but you know, some nice fine details. I think out of wood. So like I said, I'm trusting the process, and I think it will look good when it's done. But we're a little way off that yet. So the only thing left on this wall for today was to saw down the remaining black board and get it mounted to the bottom of the house. Yeah, so the end vision for this wall is a sort of trellis type thing in a kind of randomly placed crisscross pattern. I do think it'll look good in the end, but if any of you keen designers have got any better ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. You guys have got a great track record with steering us in the right direction. She's going for it.
Yeah.
Feels like a bit of a risk today. We were just chatting. It's like, is it going to rain?
I know, but it says that it's not supposed to rain until 2 o'clock, and that gives me quite a few hours. And this is like dry to touch within an hour.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what?
Go for it. Okay. You and the girls painted the other side of the house at the weekend.
Yeah, exactly before that rain came.
Yeah. And it looks so good.
I know, it looks so good. Now, like, it gives you the motivation to just crack on.
Yeah.
But it's all this bloody pre-work that you have to do before you paint.
Yeah.
Hate it. Like, painting goes so fast. Oh no, this probably just flew straight into my paint and landed full of paint.
What a stupid little insect.
Yeah.
Nice, mate.
Yes.
Hey, Bella. You painting?
Yeah.
Is it going to look nice?
Yes.
Did you look at this, eh? Turn my back for 2 minutes. Just 5 minutes ago, she's painting red. Look at that! It's white!
White.
That looks amazing.
I know, it's going to look really good.
Oh, it's going to look so good.
Just a few more layers.
Just 17 more layers and then it'll be cracking. Look how nice and fresh that is going to look, eh?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
It's going to look really good. I did cheat a little bit. We need to put in quite a few nails. I just painted around.
Oh, painted over them. Yeah.
We're just going to get stuff done at this point.
Yeah.
Do little shit like that.
You do the stuff that looks good and I'll go around and fix everything else later.
Thank you.
That's how it normally works around here.
Yeah, so when you've got a minute, you can remove the top thing of that as well.
Oh, that one, yeah, that weird double.
Yeah.
double frame there.
I've really done that before I painted, because now it's going to be half of it underneath that's not painted.
It probably would have been a great idea to do that, really.
Feel like we're just not getting anywhere, so now we just cracked on.
Yeah, the only thing is, stuff like that, it takes twice as long now.
No, we don't. I don't have to paint the wall again.
Sunny again.
Sunny again.
Tell you what, I can't make its mind up at the minute.
No.
It's changes every day.
Yeah, but it is getting warm. Are you spilling coffee everywhere?
Yeah, but luckily I missed my shoes.
It is getting warmer and warmer, which feels nice, to be honest.
Yeah, that does feel nice. It's warming up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So I stopped here just to look at the look at that.
I know.
Look at it. It looks amazing.
It does look good, doesn't it?
Spot on.
I also love the lamp hanging upside down.
Oh yeah. That's an aesthetic, that is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Somebody who's like thought outside the box and was like,
yeah, you know what? I'm
is
going to
it.
take a normal lamp, but I'm going to hang it upside down by the cable because it looks good. Spot on, mate.
Yeah, it does look good though. Not the lamp.
Not the lamp.
It's going to look amazing. when it's finished.
Yeah, it's so fresh, isn't it? I can't wait to do the front side of the house and
I
all the
know.
trim and stuff.
That is a little bit on you though, because you have to be up high on the ladder.
Yeah. I'll get round to it. Right, so you've been watching us for, I don't know how long this video is so far, and we've not got to the point yet, obviously.
No, obviously.
Because we're good like that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
However, it's for a good reason this time, because obviously with our good friends being down from Värmland and Dalarna, it was for a good cause, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, just a cracking weekend with them, and it was nice that we got to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, we said we were going to talk about something quite important, didn't we?
We did.
Can you remember what it was?
No. Last week we said that the doctors were going to ring with the scan results.
Yeah.
And then we kind of filled the video with going to the doctors instead. And Bella and you planting.
Yeah, exactly. But that's on the doctor, because the doctor didn't ring until we were almost finished filming that video. So it's not our fault.
No.
But yeah, so you've had your 3-year scans now. It was 3 years ago when... I do it every time.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Put your fucking hands down, mate.
So it's been 3 years since you were finished with your treatment.
Yeah.
3 years ago in the spring.
Yeah.
Was your last surgery.
Yeah.
Which is mental.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. And what is absolutely mental to me is that, to start with, they said that you might only have 3 years of scans.
Yeah.
They've gone back on that now, which is good.
Yeah.
They've extended it, which is obviously what we want.
Yeah.
We don't want to not go for yearly scans.
No.
Even if they do bring just anxiety and stuff. But
Yeah, but it also brings more anxiety to not do it.
yeah, definitely. So that's been extended now at least. But yeah, it's mad to think that the original plan was like you were going to be
Done now.
done now.
Also, I don't get the logic though, because they say that you're not classed as cancer free until 5 years. So why would it stop after 3 years? That is a weird combo.
Yeah, it's just absolutely mental, isn't
Yeah.
it? But anyway, yeah, you had your scans a few weeks ago, and the doctors rang last week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to be a massive reveal, because you can probably tell
I
that
was going to say, we're way too happy for the cancer to be back.
Yes, all clear.
All clear.
Officially 3 years.
3 years is such a big milestone. It feels insane, actually.
Yeah.
It's a weird combination of feelings, because obviously you feel incredibly relieved and happy and all of these things, but then you also get the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Because I got so many friends who don't get good results and whatever, and then you think like, how did I make it this long without getting it back? But other people don't. But at the same time, you're also so fucking happy.
Yeah.
It's such a weird combination of feelings. But obviously we're super, super happy about the results.
Yeah, couldn't actually be happier, really.
No.
It feels like you can live again, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
you can breathe again. You've got
Yeah.
permission to like live for another year.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just a mental way of living life. That it's like every 12 months, you just like shut down and you can't think of anything else.
No, and what I find hard is to book big things close to just after the scans.
Yeah.
So we obviously got holiday coming up in June.
Yeah.
And that has just been nagging inside of me, like aching in me. Like, what if we get bad results, and when would I start treatment then, and will that make me not be able to go, or will we go but we got that in the back of our head, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's one of those things that I don't think anybody can ever imagine, that it goes through, like, so much goes through your head just because you got plans.
Yeah, it's weird. It's such a strange thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially something like that with the holiday, because we're going with the whole family, with
Yeah.
all of my family, for my dad's 60th. And obviously everybody's so excited, because it's the first time we've done anything like it. We're going away, the whole family. So, like, everybody else sends countdowns,
Yeah.
and it's like everybody's dead excited. And obviously we are as well, but
You still got that in the
you've
back
got
of your
this
head,
in the
like,
back
what
of your
if?
head,
Yeah.
like this anxiety, like every time you look at it, you're like, what if?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's sort of like, it's such a weird thing that it gives you permission to
Be excited.
be
again.
excited and be
Yeah.
happy and stuff again. It's so strange.
Yeah,
And I don't think it won't ever not be like that
I don't think so.
while we're having scans and stuff.
No, so many of you guys who comments and says like, oh, I've been cancer free for 10, 15 years, and every time I do a scan it's still the same thoughts and still the same feelings. So I don't think it ever leaves you, because there is always one of those things, like, what if?
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, I never thought that I would get cancer at 29 either. You know what I mean? Like, so what means that it wouldn't ever come back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
What's
can't.
the strange thing about it coming back at 33?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it's a weird way of living life, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But if you want to look on the positive sides, and we say this all the time, but like, it's obviously there aren't any positives with having cancer. But if you were to look for a silver lining, it's sort of like this huge reminder that you've got to like enjoy life, innit?
Oh, yeah,
Because it's like
absolutely.
every 12 months you get this like what if feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and then when that sort of like it unlocks, like it gives you permission to like, well, go and have another year.
Yeah.
And remember, it's coming
fuck
back.
it up.
It's coming back next year. This
Yeah.
this anxiety feeling is
Yeah.
coming back next year. So go and have another good year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like we're quite good with that all year round, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do feel like we remind ourselves to enjoy the little things and not just get lost into all the musts and have tos and all of these, like, have fun while we're doing stuff and whatever.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, huge thanks to you all for all of your support. I
Yeah.
know there's so many of you that send us messages and well wishes and all of that stuff, and we appreciate you all more than you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking about appreciating you all as well, the roof is fixed.
All these hands.
I'm gonna just keep it there. The roof is fixed.
Yes.
Officially.
Yeah.
It's all done apart from the backside where we need to fix part of the house as well. But it's watertight, it's fixed, it's done. Wasp. It even looks nice now
Yeah.
because we've done the trim and everything around. Your dad's helped us out massively.
Yeah.
But the big thing that I wanted to say was a huge thanks once again to all of you who donated to the GoFundMe.
Yeah. It was massive help.
A few weeks ago. Massive thanks, massive help. It covered a big chunk of it, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to jump in there and say thank you for that. Now that the roof is done.
Yeah.
Fun times, happy times all round,
times.
and now we can get sorted, wind down for the summer. Wind down. That's not the word. We can ramp up to 500% because we've got about 1 million things that we need to get done before we
Yeah.
go on holiday.
Which is 3 weeks.
Is it only 3 weeks? Is it actually 3 weeks? I thought we had about 6 weeks left.
No, it's like 3.5.
Oh God. Just, it's fine. We'll sort it. We'll sort it.
It's fine.
Whatever gets done, gets done.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot for tagging along with us on this video. Hope
Yeah.
you've enjoyed it, because we have.
Yeah.
It's been a fun one this
Yeah.
time. Leave us a little thumbs up and a little comment if you fancy it, and we'll catch you next weekend.
Bye.
Hand in front of your face again.
Yeah, always.
Bye.
Bye.